Most of my work is an expression of the things that go on around me. I enjoy bringing order to chaos in my art. My name is Raphael and Nguchie. I was born and raised up in Kenya. I live in Uganda and I'm an artist. I grew up in a family of 4, and so we stayed in a place called Kinangop. As I was growing up, unfortunately my family broke up. I mean, my mom and dad went separate ways. My dad was a bit of a violent man. When he got drunk, he became very violent and used to beat my mom a lot. So they separated when I was about 6 years old. And after that, part of the times I spent in the streets, sometimes spent with the relatives. I started working at a very early age. I was employed as a shepherd boy, and later worked in some farms, taking care of pigs and all that. I'd never gone to any art school, but growing up I used to sketch somehow. Art for me is as a way of expression. And I think everyone should have a way of expressing themselves or even unwinding. And sometimes when I'm really going through things, I just shut myself and I put some music in the background and I get a big canvas and I just start drawing what is my heart. At the end of it, I feel very relieved and I express myself. So I think art is more of an inner thing, and that I find sort of a way of expressing myself. At a particular age, my elder sister picked me up, and she had just gotten married, and she took me back to school, and that's how I found myself back to school, and later went to the university in India. I was in India, and my sister was doing well, but at some stage her business experienced some setbacks, and there was no other person to support me, and so I found myself in a place of desperation. But then I now put a lot of emphasis in my art, and it became a way of expressing myself in a time of great desperation. And so I found myself doing art, and I thank God because I was able to find a market. Most people who found my work, they liked it, and they started buying my art, and I found myself now very interested in art. And after some time, I was able to pay my school fees and pay my upkeep, and I was even able now to start sending some money to my mother back in Kenya, as well as I would help a few other students who are experiencing the situations I was going through in India. My inspiration for doing the work I do is in bringing order to places where there is desperation and chaos, to bringing them to a place of hope and expectation that their lives can be different. And so the style of art I do is more in line with that. The new style of art that I'm doing is called signature, where people start up with something like this, just something that does not make sense, and just people scribbles, and you turn it into something like this, a meaningful art piece. I think we're surrounded by so much art. I enjoy bringing out the art that is hidden. I think sometimes it's hidden in people, sometimes in canvases, sometimes in places I go. I think, to me, even when I'm in the mission field, it's more a work of art, and I understand God when He said that He brought order out of chaos. Genesis chapter 1 says, darkness was over the face of the deep, and God said. That's the beginning of order. And so I think I enjoy that sense of finding the beauty in hidden things. Yes.